I'm sorry, who are you people? Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. And I'm going to start by saying something about you, Mr. Speaker. You know, during my entire 4 years here, you were a leader and then speaker, and you've been so courteous to me in so many different ways, and you've been a true leader, a good friend, someone I could trust, and I thank you so much for your service, and it's been a huge honor to serve under your watch. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So, Mr. Speaker was so kind to introduce Fran and Brooke. They're here, but I also have my daughter Shay, who's at Penn State right now, watching this streaming live on PCN. So Shay, I love you. Hope she's studying. I haven't really been here. I don't think I've been here long enough to really give a long and grandiose speech. I reserve that for the guys who have served long, distinguished careers here. But there are, I think, some things that have happened over the last 4 years in this august chamber that I would like to share with you that I think will probably stay with me for the rest of my life. Beginning with sharing a Yingling lager with the governor in the governor's mansion the first time we passed a real privatization bill. That was really kind of a memorable experience. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten that full privatization across the finish line. I'm hopeful that's going to happen soon. The gauntlet that I had to run during the vote on transportation on my way to a no vote was really an educational experience because I got hit by some really big names along the way during that process, and that was extremely interesting and kind of a welcome to the legislature moment for me. Honoring the U.S. Marshals who apprehended Eric Freen on the House floor was a really big day for me, real kind of a sentimental day that I was able to participate in honoring guys who I once served with. Thank you for giving me that honor, Mr. Speaker. Being asked to and being able to second the nomination of the Speaker of the House in caucusing on the House floor was a huge honor. A little nerve-wracking on the day of his swearing in, but it was a really neat experience and something I will never forget. But probably, also medical marijuana. I mean, gosh, that whole process, the moms and you know, all the debate and all the talking and all the members that I reached out to and asked for help, and you know, which culminated with the vote that day, which passed, was, I think, probably if I'm ever in the rest of my time here, if I'm ever able to do anything that is equal to that, I would be very lucky. So thank you so much for that bipartisan vote, and thank you so much to our leaders for running that bill. But probably most of all, I'll remember the friendships. You know, my first 2 years, I was able to sit on the Republican side of the aisle between Dan Mound and John and Keith and those guys, and great experience. I was a little claustrophobic, though, because between those two guys, and you had Mal yelling at Gillespie at the other end, and it was like, gave me a little information overload, and I felt like I needed to move to an aisle seat. But the aisle seat was on the Democrat side, and I remember saying, I'm not sure if I want that, because I think I'm going to get abused. But I went over to the Democrat side, and it was really a great experience. I mean, a lot of really nice people. Such a valuable experience for me to have friends over there, and I think it's helped me, you know, in my quest to pass legislation, but also in meeting and knowing some really wonderful people. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your hospitality on that side of the aisle. You guys are great. I have to say, though, to my Republican friends, I hate to say it, but I have to say that the Democrats are a little funnier than the Republicans. So Matsy's comments, his comments are hysterically stinging and rude and ignorant, but they are funny, I gotta tell you that. You know, I honestly, I'll miss you all very much. And, you know, as the speaker alluded to, if I'm fortunate enough to be elected to to the Senate. I just want to say that if you see me in the hallway and I don't make eye contact with you and I act like I not really know who you are, just know that in my heart, that I do love you. Thank you so much for your service. It's been my great honor to serve with you. Godspeed, everybody. Thank you.
Mike, to an outstanding public servant, an outstanding legislator. In your 4 years here, you have worked on significant substantive pieces of legislation that have had significant long-term positive impact. May you continue that career in the Senate, and please know we'll be looking directly at you when we see you in the hallways and saying, Mike, keep up the great work. Thank you very, very much, and to your lovely family, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.